The streets are lined again with the old abandoned faces, and the bottle rings a bell with too many men who have scorned the warm embrace and let go the misty mountain and all the gold they had in Green Valley. Valley so green down below, while the mountain road is covered with snow. I feel you calling me back, though I have strayed from you. From the smallest seed there grows the fairest flower that leads me ever home to Green Valley. The morning sky is gray with the smoke of fires burning, and the dreaming fades away with the sound of the jet. And we come from miles around just to feel the weight of the silver and be caught under the spell of its singing. Valleys so green down below, while the mountain road is covered with snow. I feel you calling me back, though I have run from you. There are no lips so sweet as I'm laying here beside you, inside the warm embrace of Green Valley. I hardly feel a thing till I think of you one moment, and I know I'm found again, and can't tell you why. Into your fertile soil I have planted all my hopes there, and then turned and walked away from Green Valley. Valley so green down below, while the mountain road is covered with snow. I feel you calling me back, though I have strayed from you. From the smallest seed there grows the fairest flower that leads me ever home to Green Valley.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I've been waiting for that. Thank you for being here at All Souls Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm trying to still talk to the folks that are online, but it sure is nice to have some eyeballs in the sanctuary. This is our first Sunday back together, and I guess people are being still cautious about it, or going to be working for a while on reestablishing habits that they've broken over the last 2 or 3 years. Getting up and having to get fully dressed to be someplace on a Sunday morning was easy not to do. But we are awfully glad to be here. We are still masking, we are still vaccinated, and we hope to see people who aren't here yet sometime before too long. And we also hope everybody's doing well. This is a congregation that's built on covenant and not creed. We don't have to think alike to love alike. Wait a minute. When I'm up here, I want to know if you are comfortable with me taking my mask off. Yeah. If anyone is uncomfortable with that, would you please let me know? Okay. Thank you. It's hard to watch somebody talk for however long without seeing their mouth move. So thank you. We don't have to think alike to love alike. We do what we can to understand people with differing paths and opinions. We treat respectfully people with differing paths and opinions. It is not always an easy thing to do, but it is our challenge and it is our covenant. So whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us, we are so glad to have you. We front load the service with a little bit of information, and so I would like to invite our board person of the day, Rebecca Tuggle, our treasurer, to share some announcements with you. Thank you, Barbara.
Is it okay with you if I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good morning. Yes, I am Rebecca Tuggle, Board Treasurer for All Souls. Just wanted to go over a few announcements with you. Our volunteer of the month for the month of February is Kathy Osuch. Now, if you don't know Kathy, she's been a member of All Souls for a number of years, but in addition to the many administrative duties that she does for the church, she's also board secretary, but she has also completed the extremely exhausting and gargantuan task of finishing our 501c3 paperwork and submitting it to the IRS, which was huge. So we definitely thank her for that, and we're honoring her all month for that. Our giveaway the plate recipient for the month of February, which all non-pledge collections each month here at All Souls are designated for a charity, usually specific to our area, but in this case for the state of Louisiana, which is the Whitney Plantation Museum. It's located down in Wallace, Louisiana, which is around Baton Rouge. They took a significant hit from Hurricane Ida. They are still trying to recover from all of that, but they are probably one of the only plantations, maybe in the entire country, that actually exhibits enslavement from the enslaved point of view, and they do a very good job of actually explaining the true history of what went on that particular plantation. So we are using that non-pledge money to donate to them for this month. Our Zoom lunches, which happen now on Tuesdays at noon, they used to happen on Wednesdays, but this Tuesday will be our next one, so please come and join your All Soul friends online for a breaking of bread at the noontime hour on Tuesdays. Larry Andros, who is our meditation leader here each Sunday for our services and does a wonderful job. He also leads a sitting Buddhist meditation group, which happens online now, may happen eventually in person again. But they meet on Saturday mornings at 10:30, and that is free and open to anyone and everyone who would like to. For information on all of these things, we have, of course, our website, allsoulsshreveport.org, but we also have lots of links. If you are watching on Facebook, you're probably seeing them online in the chat, thanks to Steve and Brittany. Also wanted to remind everyone that we rely on your generosity here at All Souls to keep the doors open and to keep our liberal religious light on here in the community, as well as in Northwest Louisiana. So we appreciate all donations. Anyone here, of course, can put those in the baskets there at the back of the sanctuary. Online, just again, check for those links in the chat, and we will definitely have some links there for you to be able to do that. Thank you very much.
Hey, good morning. I'm Susan Caldwell. I'm the Director of Religious Education, and Rebecca really covered most of the announcements. I did want to invite you this afternoon. I know it's a beautiful day outside, but maybe you could take your computer outside and join us. We're having a World Religion Day speaker panel this afternoon at 3 o'clock. World Religion Day is an event we've had in person, a big event every year that features a keynote speaker and music and table displays and all of those kind of things. We haven't been able to do it in person because of COVID. So we are doing this panel today as a way to kind of reunite some of our participants, and we're hoping this will be a series of panels. And so we do invite you. As beautiful as it is outside, if you can join us, it'll be an hour. We have 5 really great panelists, including our own Reverend Barbara. So it should be wonderful. And children and youth religious education will be starting back in March. If we have talked about you coming back to teaching, if you've taught before, we're talking about that very soon now, and if you haven't taught before, talk to me about it. There may be something you want to, that may be something that you'd like to try. It lets you get to know some of the very best people in our congregation. So talk to me about it if you'd like to do that. Adult religious education continues every Sunday at 9 a.m. We are still on Zoom. We may start to negotiate some kind of hybrid approach or something, but for now, we are on Zoom for the time being. And I believe that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca and Miss Susan. I invite you now to let your shoulders drop away from your ears and take a couple of deep breaths. After the decision was made to begin again meeting in person, I met with Miss Susan, and we discussed what kind of a service we thought our first service back ought to be. And somehow, because everybody is so tired and so beat up from the pandemic and all the unexpected things that have come with it, and the distance from people, and the total abolishment of our normal life patterns. A pep rally did not seem right. And so what we thought people needed was to feel, as much as possible, a real sense of sanctuary. And so this service today is one in which we're going to try to give you places to catch your breath, not give you too many heavy things to think about, or no big-time preaching. So I hope that you will relax and enjoy the service. Begin to try to move through the trauma of the things we've been through over the past couple or 3 years. And this is our first time back. And we will continue to pay attention and do what science and reason and paying attention for the least or most vulnerable among us will indicate we need to do. Okay. Let us enter a spirit of worship. Broken and cracked, come to the place where your shattered pieces are the raw materials of mosaic and kintsugi. Here you will find welcome among the armless dolls and cozy pilled sweaters, loved exactly as they are. Come now, all who are thirsty and burned. Come to the place where cool waters and aloe soothe your bedraggled soul. Drink your fill and salve your skin, then fill your canteen and return once more to the struggle. Knowing the well will remain unobstructed, come now, all who long for the stars. Come to the place where that vision of infinity is written upon the people's hearts. Hold it until you've memorized the way. Set your compass to point towards hope and begin your journey home. We arrive from many different experiences and backgrounds. Some of us have trouble speaking. Others are so young that they're still learning to talk. Some of us speak English as a second language. Some of us speak several foreign languages. All of us share this in common. We speak the language of love. In the moments before worship begins, and again when we return to the service of life, we greet one another with kind words. We chat about the days behind us and the days to come, and we speak the language of love. We lift our voices in song, not to sing perfectly or in tune, but to hear and feel our voices form a life-giving sound. And we speak the language of love. We form a web of compassionate listening when individuals among us embodying vulnerability name the fears that grip their hearts, the joys that buoy their spirits. We speak the language of love. At times, our voices clash. We disagree. Tension enters our voices as we make room for different beliefs, different opinions, different perspectives. Through it all, it's our intention that we speak the language of love. In this congregation, we welcome a multiplicity of truths. Our voices as we make room for different beliefs, different opinions, different perspectives, we prophesy, summoning the age when justice and peace will be evident all around us, and we speak the language of love. Let us worship together, making room for one another as whole beings, tender hearts, hungry spirits, and curious minds. With our actions and with our words, let us speak the language of love. Join me, please, in singing Spirit of Life. The lyrics will be on the screen if you can see it. They are hymn number 123 in the gray hardback hymnals. And if you will rise in body or spirit.
Giving life the shape of justice, roots hold me close, wings set me free, Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Thank you. Please be seated. I believe we have someone to help with the first part of our chalice lighting this morning. Would you like to actually light the chalice, Jackson? Thank you. Thank you.
We light this chalice to
Celebrate
celebrate
Unitarian
Unitarian
Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together with mind and hands and heart, we care for the earth and for each other. Thank you, Jackson. You did a great job. Thank you. We call this light before us in hope that we may always remain a strong community. The flame guides us out of the darkness. The flaming chalice is the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. It's an everlasting flame for this community. It offers its warmth to those who are cold. It provides light to those who would see. It purifies and transforms this sanctuary into a sacred space, this congregation into a sacred community. May its flame burn true and high and strong as our common hearth, a reminder that we are all just pieces of the same whole, one interdependent web, one family, one humankind. Let's feel one another and understand we're not alone. Would you please join me in the unison affirmation? Rise again in body or spirit. The words will be on the screen up here, if you can see that far. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. You can remain standing if you'd like. I would hope we can sing, I've got peace like a river. I think the lyrics will be on the screen. Of course, I can't see that. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river
in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Thank you so much. Please be seated. It's really nice to have some voices in here besides my own.
So welcome back to this sanctuary. That's the word for this big room where we meet for worship, where there's this beautiful window and the chalice and the candles and the songs and the stories. And that word, sanctuary, has different meanings. It can mean a safe place, a place where there are people who love you and want to keep you free from harm. And it can also mean a holy place, a place where we sing and speak and dance and honor and remember and celebrate all that is most meaningful to us. We celebrate together the happy times like worship and baby dedications and weddings, and we gather here to comfort each other in sad times too, when someone we love has died and we have a service to honor their lives, or when something sad has happened in the nation and then we take the time to be silent and to sing and to pray. But a sanctuary doesn't have to be a church building. There are wildlife sanctuaries where people leave the natural landscape alone so the animals can live there. How many have been to Chimp Haven? You ever been out to Chimp Haven? That's a place where chimps who've been part of medical research can now live out their days in a beautiful place with people who care for them but also give them their space. And that word sanctuary, it's bigger than this room because we want this whole church to be a safe and a sacred place for everybody who comes here. And because churches and synagogues and mosques and temples have offered that safety, that holy rest, that sanctuary for thousands of years. But that word is even bigger than this whole church building because this church is bigger than this building. We have been out of this building for the better part of the last 2 years, and yet so often we have each been a sanctuary for each other. I've watched you do it for each other, whether online or in person, helping out when needed, helping out with meals when someone is sick, helping out driving the immigrants who've been released from the detention centers. A number of members of this church have joined with members of other churches and other individuals to help the immigrants who've been released from detention know that after all this time there is real sanctuary, holy safety, real sanctuary in this country. So that in that ancient, big, historical tradition of offering sanctuary, we have joined with others to provide this. And our people have not only driven to the detention centers, they've made countless trips to airports and bus stations, bought lunch, done laundry. In this way, too, we have been and we are a sanctuary for each other, for the community, for the world, a safe place and a holy place. And thank you for being that. Thank you for being this sanctuary.
You can remain seated, but please join me in singing the song Sanctuary. I believe the lyrics will be up. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary,
whole and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Once more. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, whole and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
Good morning. For today's meditation, let yourself find a comfortable position in which your body can be balanced and your spine straight. Begin with a deep, comfortable breath, shifting your attention to your heart space, and imagine breathing in and out of your heart. Allow your breath to deepen and slow. Allow your breath to be soft and kind. As you pause now in this sacred space and sacred moment, reflect. In the journey of my life, I have encountered many storms. Storms in the world, storms in relationships, storms in mind and heart. I have sought for shelter from those storms. In the face of change, I have become ungrounded, and I have grasped for something solid and sure to hold. I have often lost my center, left only with dim memories of the peace and calm such center offers. It seems what I've tried so hard to hold has yielded to the transient, ever-changing flow of life. Where shall I find refuge from the storms of life? Where shall I find something, sanctuary, to rest and heal my spirit? In this sacred moment, the wisdom of the heart embraces all my fear and calms the storm. What I need for peace is here. All I need to make life whole is now. I take refuge in the presence that underlies every thought and step I take. I take refuge in the life that weaves its oneness through every changing facet of the world. And I take refuge in beloved community. It is in your eyes I see my limitless potential. It is with beloved community I build a safe and sacred space, not with walls, but with a vision strong enough to pass on to future generations. I will create a sacred space in every moment through my loving heart. I will let my time be the sacred place of our becoming. I will let my words be a sacred refuge for our healing. I will let my heart be the sanctuary that welcomes all in peace. With the rhythm of my breath, here and now, I find my center, safe and free. Breathing in, I take refuge in life's great mystery. Breathing out, I extend its peace and joy to all my world.
I invite you now, if you would like, to come light a candle that can mark whatever you would want it to mean. The way we used to do this is a little bit different now. We don't pass a candle back and forth, but I hold the chalice. I ask you to light a match in the chalice, and then there's some sand to snuff it in so we don't have to blow things out. There'll be music playing, and you can mark whatever you would wish to with lighting a candle.
You're not alone. I'm with you. I'm lonely too. What's that song? Can't be sung by two. A broken home, a broken heart, isolated and afraid. Open up, this is the rain. I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone. You're not alone. Every night I stand in your place. Every tear, but every face tastes the same. A broken dream, a broken heart, isolated and afraid. Open up, this is the rain. I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone. an open heart. There's no read to be ashamed. Open up, this is a raid. I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone. Oh, I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone. I wanna get it through to you. You're not alone.
I'm delighted to have our board president, Sally Wood, share with us this morning.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be in this sanctuary. This weekend, just yesterday, the board and your council had a retreat, and it was so exciting and it was so inspiring. And we have the most wonderful leaders in this church that you can imagine. We started off imagining if money was not a problem, if the number of members was not a problem, if this world was in a perfect place, what are our visions for it? What are the visions? What do we see for All Souls Unitarian Church of Shreveport? The wonderful ideas, the wonderful thoughts, the wonderful visions that came forth were then culled. They were gathered together to see what the common thread was. Our board came up and council came up with our vision statement. Creating a healing sanctuary for the soul. Cultivating a vibrant, connected, diverse, multi-generational congregation. Joining with the larger community in efforts to promote peace, justice, and the interdependent web. Living the liberal religious tradition. This is our vision for All Souls. This is the vision that we hope you can join in with. This is the vision that lets me know I'm in the right church. We also came up with what actions we can take to make this happen. We have lots of steps that are going to happen over the year. Some of them you can join in with, inviting people to church, extending your love outside the church, being the best human being you can be. Throughout the year, you will hear other things that we will be doing, and I hope you join in. I hope you come to this sanctuary often, not just on Sundays, but as we have events opening up throughout the year. I'm in the right church, and you are too. Thank you.
From Rachel Naomi Remen, perhaps the most important thing we can bring to another person is the silence in us. Not the sort of silence that's filled with unspoken criticism or hard withdrawal. The sort of silence that is a place of refuge, of rest, of acceptance of someone as they are. We are all hungry for this other silence. It's hard to find. In its presence, we can remember something beyond this moment, a strength on which to build a life. Silence is a place of great power and healing. Diane Kaelin Sukra said, "Offering sanctuary is a revolutionary act. It expresses love when others offer scorn or hate. It recognizes humanity when others deny and seek to debase it. Sanctuary says we rather than I. It is belonging, the building block of community." We talk about sanctuary. The Remy reading was about being sanctuary. For ourselves, for others, it still takes deep personal knowledge and integrity. Finding sanctuary, a place where you don't get beat up for the things you think or how you feel or what truth stirs in your own spirit. That's something we hope to be. Providing sanctuary for others requires that we know how to be that, or at least try. Siddhartha Gautama Shakyamuni, the Buddha, said, "Don't look for sanctuary in anyone except yourself." In an interview with Krista Tippett not long before his passing, John O'Donohue shared his insight with us, explaining there's a place in you where you have never been wounded, where there is still a sureness in you, where there's a seamlessness in you, and where there is a confidence and tranquility in you. And I think the intention of prayer and spirituality and love is now and again to visit that inner kind of sanctuary. Finding the place that has never been wounded can feel like an impossible task. When everything within us and around us has been battered by the last 2 years of distance from what we previously understood as our lives, our normal activities, our connections, our coordinates. So I offer as a blessing from the home, a blessing for the home of your inner sanctuary, and as an aspiration for the home of this sanctuary, our shared home, the community of seekers and dreamers and workers and worshipers. These words from a closing essay that John O'Donohue penned. May this home, this house, shelter your life when you come in here home. May all the weight of the world fall from your shoulders. May your heart be tranquil here, blessed by peace the world cannot give. May this home be a lucky place where the graces your life desires always find the pathway to your door. May nothing destructive ever cross your threshold. May this be a safe place full of understanding and acceptance where you can be as you are, without the need of any mask of pretense or image. May this home be a place of discovery, where the possibilities that sleep in the clay of your soul can emerge to deepen and refine your vision for all that is yet to come to birth. If you should happen to recognize the next song, I invite you to sing along. It's a recording of Miss Susan.
There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we lost. There is a love holding all that we lost. There is a love holding all that we lost. There is a love holding on. There is a light holding all that we love. There is a light holding all that we love. There is a light holding all that we love. There is a light for us. We rest in this light.
This is from Ming Dao Den. I'm skipping a whole bunch here because we're coming up against time. Though this world is turbulent, there are still days and places where we can be afforded some tranquility. When these happen, it is right to rest from the tribulations and striving of being in the world and to take advantage of what is offered. Sometimes it will be a peaceful feeling of sunset when the blazing sun becomes reconciled with the horizon and a sense of acceptance lingers in the air. At other times, it will be the chance encounter with a secret place perhaps a grove of trees that promises a mysterious comfort. In such private places, we can often find peace. Such stillness can even be precious, as when we notice the deep voice of a stream we were too busy to hear before. Indeed, sometimes we are so worn out by the daily activities that we forget to notice our need for recharging. Renewal is a profound tonic. With sanctuary and rest, we can prepare to go forth again. We're back to learning how to do hybrid services. Brand new at it all over again. If you have felt safe in this room, I hope you will share that experience with people so they will come. As things permit, maybe we'll move towards removing our masks when we sing so that we can hear one another better. Or share handshakes more comfortably, whatever. Please maintain whatever your comfort level is every time you come. Don't be afraid to speak that, and understand that all of our services are different. I hope this has been a peaceful experience, and I hope that as we go forward, we'll begin charging a little bit more. I want to thank Sally and Susan and Larry for sharing with us this morning, and I invite you to join in our closing hymn, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. Rise in body or spirit. If you would like to look in your hymnals, it's 126 in the gray hardback hymnal. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune our hearts to sing thy praise. Streams of mercy ever ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. While the hope of life's perfection fills our hearts with joy and love, teach us ever to be faithful. May we still thy goodness prove. Come now, fount of every vision, lift our eyes to what may come. See the lion and the young lamb dwell together in thy home. Hear the cries of o'erflow silent, feel our love flow like the sun. When we all serve one another, then our heaven is begun. Come now, fount of inspiration, in our hearts to what may be. Love and desperation, show the promise of this day. Help us bind ourselves in union. Help our hands tell of our love. With thine aid, O fount of justice, earth be fair as heaven above. I send you out now to share yourself with the world. Thank you so much for your presence this morning, whether you ventured out to be here or joined us through the magic and wonder of technology. Though we are greater than the sum of the parts, every member of this body is still needed. We want to know each other. We want to feel the support that comes from community. May it's the promise of a shared world and the complexity set your mind ablaze May you hold fast to what your life has taught you, and may you question everything. And when you've changed the world, and the world has changed you, and all of us have been changed, may you return again to this place and share what you've learned with each other. Go in peace. Believe in the hope that we hold dear for a world made more fair. Amen. Blessed be. Namaste. Ashe. So be it.
Every day's not Valentine's, but you make it feel like most of the time. When I'm all alone with you, picking up pieces of my life, sometimes these ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. Whoa, I'm not afraid to be alone, but being alone is better with you. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. When I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Some days are better than other days, but these days, life is better with you. Some days are better than other days, but these days, life is better with you. Life is better. Tell me what you want, to give you all that you need, with my heart in my hand saying please baby please, because nobody does that thing you do better than you. Life is better with you. Thoughts still swim around in my head of all the words we ever said. My favorites remain, I love you. Life is better with you. Whoa, I'm not afraid to be alone, but being alone is better with you. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you. And when I think about the things I've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better. Every day's not Valentine's, but you make me feel it most of the time with you. And all my life I tried to find the one who makes me feel the way you do. So I say, some days are better than other days, but these days, life is better with you. Some days are better than other days, but these days, life is better with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. What? Life is better with you. Whoa.